The millionaire's son never talked until the new black maid did the impossible. No one knew why little Liam never spoke. At just 3 years old, the millionaire's only son was a mystery to everyone in the sprawling Belmont estate. He hadn't uttered a single word since he began to walk. Doctors were called, specialists flown in, therapists assigned. All of them left puzzled. There were no physical issues, no cognitive delays, just silence. Deafening, aching silence. Ethan Belmont, his father, refused to accept it. A sharp-minded businessman in his early 40s, Ethan commanded boardrooms and ruled investments with ease. But in his own home, he was helpless. His wife had passed away during childbirth. Since then, Ethan buried himself in work, leaving the boy in the care of staff. Nannies came and went. None lasted more than a few weeks. Then came Maya. She wasn't the most experienced. She wasn't from a fancy agency. She arrived in a faded dress shirt, holding a small tote bag and a calm confidence that surprised even the head butler. She was quiet, respectful, and black. Ethan hadn't blinked at her race, but he didn't expect much from someone without a glowing resume. "You've worked with children?" he asked without looking up from his laptop the day she arrived. "Yes, sir," she said softly. "I raised 2 boys before." He nodded. "Just try to keep 'em safe." No one told her what to expect. No one warned her that Liam hadn't spoken since birth. No one explained the tantrums, the disconnection, the way he stared at windows like they were escape hatches. But Maya saw it all. She didn't force playtime or fill the silence with noise. She just watched. She noticed how Liam tapped his fingers when anxious, how he avoided eye contact when spoken to, and how his entire body went stiff when touched too suddenly. She moved slowly, humming soft melodies from her own childhood. Songs her grandmother once sang to her when her world felt broken. The boy didn't run from her. He didn't speak either, but he listened. 3 days passed, then 5, then 10. Each morning, Maya would kneel beside Liam and say, "Good morning, sunshine," with a smile. He never replied, but he stopped flinching. She showed him how to hold a crayon, tracing circles with his tiny fingers resting on hers. One afternoon, she even got a giggle out of him when she tickled his feet under the kitchen table. Then came the 11th day. Maya was playing with Liam near the front door. She lay on the floor, lifting him gently above her like an airplane, letting him squeal without a sound, just a wide-open grin. It was the first time he looked joyful. That's when the door suddenly burst open. Ethan had returned early from a business trip. No call, no warning. His briefcase dangled in one hand as he froze in the doorway. His son was airborne, held by a woman he'd barely acknowledged. The scene caught him off guard. The laughter in Liam's silent mouth, Maya's head resting on the hardwood floor, eyes full of surprise, yet calm. "What the hell is going on?" Ethan shouted. Maya's hands never wavered. She slowly brought Liam down, settling him on her chest, where he giggled silently and touched her nose. Ethan's voice cracked. "Why are you on the floor with my son?" "Because he's flying," Maya said simply, sitting up carefully. "And for once, he's not afraid." Ethan blinked. He'd never seen Liam so animated, not in pictures, not in videos, not in life. He stepped forward, dropping his briefcase by the door. He looks different," Ethan whispered. Maya didn't respond. Liam looked up, then back at her, and then, clear as day, like thunder in a still sky, he whispered, "Maya." The room froze. Ethan's heart slammed in his chest. He stepped back. What did he say? Maya's mouth opened, but no sound came. Liam touched her face and repeated, this time louder, Maya. Tears flooded her eyes, not from pride, but from something deeper, from knowing that trust can't be forced, that love, even from a child, must be earned. Ethan fell to his knees. His son had spoken for the first time, and it hadn't been his name. He looked at Maya with disbelief. What did you do? She reached over, gently brushing Liam's hair from his forehead. I listened, she said. That's all. And for the first time in years, Ethan Belmont didn't know what to say. Ethan stayed frozen on his knees, as if the floor beneath him might crumble if he moved. His son, his Liam, had spoken. For the first time, and not to him, not even his name, but to the maid. Maya, Liam repeated, softer this time, like it was a lullaby he'd kept hidden all his life. Ethan's lips trembled. He glanced at his son, then up at the woman who now cradled him like he belonged nowhere else. How long have you been teaching him? He asked, voice barely above a whisper. I haven't, Maya said gently, stroking Liam's hair. I've just been listening and waiting. Ethan lowered his eyes. He had all the answers to business mergers and billion-dollar acquisitions, but not to this. His own son's silence, broken by someone he'd barely trusted with the boy. He stood up slowly, unsure what to do with his hands or his guilt. I didn't know, he started, but Maya raised a hand. It's not about what you knew, she said. It's about what you chose to see. Liam reached for her necklace, a small faded silver locket, and giggled silently again, resting his cheek on her shoulder. Ethan felt something fracture in his chest. Not pain. Something older. Regret. Do you think he'll say more? He asked. Maya finally looked at him, not as an employee, but as a father stripped bare. If he feels safe, she said. If he's seen. If he's loved without condition. Ethan let out a shaky breath. I don't know how to do that. I think you do, Maya said, but you've buried it under everything else. They stood there a moment, just watching Liam play with her necklace and hum quietly. It wasn't a melody, but it was sound. It was life. Later that day, Ethan didn't return to work. He sat with Maya and Liam on the floor, not speaking, just watching, listening. His phone rang 6 times. He didn't answer once. The next morning, Ethan was the first to greet Liam. He bent down and said, Good morning, buddy, then paused, unsure if it was too much. Liam blinked, tilted his head, and then, barely audible, said, Dada. Ethan turned away, biting his lip hard. 2 days later, Maya found a letter on her bedside table next to a fresh bouquet of lilies and a new white apron folded neatly. It read, Maya, you did something no one else could. You gave my son a voice. I don't know what we would be without you, but I don't want to find out. I want you to stay, not just as a nanny, but as someone who will never again be overlooked. You are family. Thank you. Ethan. A week passed, then a month, and Liam was speaking more. Not full sentences, but words. Little, precious words. He said light when Maya opened the curtains. He said cookie with a crumb-covered smile. And one night, when Ethan tucked him in for the first time, Liam pulled his father's hand close and whispered, Love you. Ethan cried alone in his room that night. Maya never once bragged, never demanded credit. She just kept doing what she'd always done, listening, holding, seeing. One evening, as they sat on the back porch watching Liam chase bubbles in the sunset, Ethan turned to her. I didn't believe in second chances, he said. Maya smiled faintly. Children give them out every day. He looked at her, really looked, not as a maid, not as someone beneath him, but as someone who had changed everything. Maya, he said slowly, why did you take this job? She paused. Because I needed a roof. But I stayed. Because he needed a voice. They sat in silence again, but this time it was warm. Liam ran over, crashed into her lap, and hugged her tight. And as the sky darkened behind them, Ethan realized something else. He hadn't just found a miracle for his son, he'd found hope for himself. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more emotional, dramatic, and unexpected tales. And let us know in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? We love hearing from all of you. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep watching.